Hi everyone, this is Zane with Zane Creates, and today we are going to make a custom card. So I'm going to go to Cricut Design Space. Okay, that's just telling them that they're going to do a maintenance on the app to keep it up to date. I'm going to do projects. I want to do a birthday card. And I want to do this fun penguin. I do this for different people and they seem to really enjoy it. So the card that I usually do, the size is a 4.25 to 5.5. And scroll down to see what you'll need. If you want to change the pen color, you can. Either by going to customize or just not using black and just using a different colored pen. So I'm going to hit make. And there's two ways you can go to the settings. Either in the upper left hand corner where it says 1 and it has a square, hit that. Or hit without matte, the highlighted green. And it's going to be on a card mat. And don't forget, when you pick the 4.25 by 5.5, it automatically goes to 4.5 by 6.25. Remember to change that to that. We're not going to use iron-on, so we're not going to mirror it, and it's just a pen and basic cut. It always goes pen first, then cut. Next. It's going to connect to my Joy. And I'm going to hit that. And then I am going to use cardstock, but I'm going to use deluxe paper setting for the particular brand of card that I'm making. I'm using Hello Hobby by Walmart. And it's about $2.47 right now for the all white, and for 6 white cards and 6 cream colored cards. I'm gonna hit that. And then I'm going to load in my tools in matte, meaning that I have to load in the pen. And then once it's done drawing out the penguin, it'll cut out the specific things that it needs to do, like in the hat of the penguin, the cupcake of the penguin, and the banner in the corners. So I will be right back and I will show you the overhead of the cutting process. Hi, welcome back, and here is my crisp newer mat. Peel off, remember to peel off the backing and keep it away from pets because it will collect hair and dust. So I'm doing this white, oh sorry, that was the envelope. This is the card. It's blank on the inside. Slide it under and up at the same time. Gotta pick a pen for my Joy pen container. This is going to be more on the feminine side, so I'm going to do lilac, or the violet, sorry. Violet's the color of the name, card making's the game. Enter that. And now I need to make sure that my card is firmly pressed down. Turn this a little bit. And And after it's loaded in, it's going to ask you to press go, because I'm using my Cricut Joy. They don't have any buttons on the machine. So that, then it's going to pop this. Don't touch it. And let it do its drawing. And it's a fairly therapeutic process. And then as you're going, I find it helpful to just tidy up your space, like putting on lids of canisters that you're keeping your pens in. And I always carry pens, black pens, just in case I need to write a note to myself. That's why I keep the cat Post-it note in arm's reach, just in case you never know when you need to write a dimension down for something, or and don't lose this, because that's your fine point blade and you don't want to replace it unless you got that kind of time and patience to wait for it to come in the mail or go to the store. Okay, that didn't take long at all. And it's telling me to load the fine point blade. So I'm going to click it open. Slide in the fine point blade. Do not, I repeat, do not hit unload. Just press go again. If you hit unload, it will unload it, obviously, but everything will be off center of where it should be. And it won't come out the same way twice. For some reason, that's just something that happens. I've done that multiple times during my first time doing a card, and yeah, I was very frustrated because I spent quite a bit of money on the card set, and I went through about 4 of them. So as you can tell, it's a soft, the violet on paper. If you want to see what it looks like on paper, just take it with a scrap piece of paper, white piece of paper, or the same color as the background you're doing, and do like a couple scribbles or write hello or something, or just to see what it would look like, because sometimes the pen color does look different on paper than it does on the cap. You're going to hit OK to unload. And as you can see, it's a very soft violet. Very soft, very feminine. You're going to kind of bend this to peel it up. And just let it do its thing. On your newer mats, it will, most of it will stick that you had cut out. You're just going to set this aside. And I'm just going to peel up the corner. And now we have to pick out an insert. Since this is more like a pastel lavender, I went with like a pastel mint green. And this is how you put it in. You put it in the corner. And it can be a little tricky, but don't fight it. Make sure you're pushing it into each of the corners. Sometimes you gotta maneuver it. And sometimes it will cooperate, sometimes it won't. Sometimes it might rip. But like this is fighting me, but I'm winning. Okay. And let it ladies and gentlemen, is how you put in the insert and how to make the front of an insert card. Follow, like, and share and subscribe. Part 2 will be coming on how to add the writing on the inside of the card. And yeah, if you have any questions, comment down below your question and I will try to answer it. And how to get off this stuff, you can either peel it off, use a weed tool to pick it off, or the easier way, which is using a scraper. I keep all of my tools not very organized, but it's in one place and I know where everything's at, including my smaller scrapers. This is from the dollar section at Michael's. They have a plastic, like, school supply section. They have really neat stuff for organizers and that kind of stuff. I use the pencil box, but you just kind of work with it. Don't dig in, just lightly go across the top, because what you're doing is you're wanting to get the paper, not the glue, off. And sometimes it sticks. And immediately after you are done using your card mat, try to line up the plastic with the card. Smooth it out. And don't forget to do this step because it will save your mat. Your mat will last longer unless you are doing a lot of cards at once or bulk making. Then I recommend getting the 2x2 card mat for the Cricut Maker, and that would be something that I would recommend if you're doing batch making. If you, like I said, if you had any questions, comment down below what your question is, and I will try to answer them all as to the best of my knowledge, or direct you to someone who would know the answer to. Happy crafting, everyone.